Joined by Ryan Mackenzie. He's running for Congress in Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ryan. Welcome to the Hugh Hewitt Show. Good to have you.
Good morning, Hugh. Thank you for having me on today.
You know, you're following Coach Urban Meyer, which is kind of hard on a radio guest. That's like Penn State having to play in the shoe. So welcome. You've got a big audience, so tell them where Pennsylvania 7th is and why you're running.
Well, first of all, big fan of Penn State. I didn't attend myself, but it is our state school and our favorite college football team here in the state. So I am located in the Lehigh Valley, which is on the eastern part of Pennsylvania, about an hour north of Philadelphia. The district actually runs right up against the border with New Jersey, but it's a great place. I was born and raised here, love it, great community. We have so much to be thankful for that we're growing and prospering, but very concerned about the direction of our country and what the Washington, D.C. elites are doing to everybody here in our community.
Ryan Mackenzie, before I forget, what is your website so people who are inspired can make a small dollar donation to help you?
It's MackenzieForCongress.com, MackenzieForCongress.com.
And it's M-A-C-K, right? Mackenzie, all lowercase. Now, it's got to be a very expensive district, right? I mean, you've got Philadelphia media market, Jersey media market. What's it cost for a week of TV up there?
Oh, you're talking on the order of $600,000 to $1 million for a week of broadcast TV here in the district. And as we know, the Democrats just have an endless supply of liberal money that comes in from California, New York, all these places all across the country just pour their resources into these swing states like ours and swing districts like the one that I'm running for. So you're talking over $20 million of TV ad reservations just in the upcoming 6 weeks. So that's the barrage that we're going to be facing. But as you and your viewers know, Hugh, it's not always about matching or exceeding the amount of money that you have in a campaign, which we're going to be very competitive. So that's not a concern. But what we're focused on is making sure that we get our message out, because the left, they just want to lie and distort things all the time. And at the same time, we know that the issues that we're focused on, restoring our economy, securing our border, bringing peace to the world, those are the issues that voters care about. We're right on the issues. And my opponent, Susan Wild, is a radical far left politician. She's wrong on every single one of those things. So we need to make that contrast clear. We'll have the resources to do it, but we could always use more because we are up against an avalanche of money coming in from the far left.
Ryan, what I like about this year, and I'm from Eastern Ohio, so I kind of grew up making fun of Steelers fans and people in Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania is everything. Dave McCormick, Donald Trump needs Pennsylvania. You need Pennsylvania. You got a couple of swing districts. What is the 7th RD division? What is it? Is it a Democrat +2 or an R+2? What's the division?
So it's rated as an R+2 now. And so that's a big change from the last presidential election when it was rated a D+1. The difference was redistricting happened. It was actually our liberal Supreme Court. They had a choice to make between two congressional districts where they were going to move some portions of the population base. They chose to move that into another district, making this a more Republican area. And so our incumbent, Susan Wild, she came in a wave year of 2018. And it was under an old map, a Democratic map. Again, she's a far left liberal. She has voted with Joe Biden 100% of the time. That's not just a talking point. You can find that on 538.com. But then all of a sudden, redistricting occurred. And now she is very out of step with this district, but we're still stuck with her as our representative. So in November.
And Ryan, we got a minute. Give people some bio. Tell people about Ryan Mackenzie.
Yeah, so I'm a 9th generation resident of the Lehigh Valley. That's our home community here. I was born and raised here, went all the way through our local public school system. I went to NYU, got a degree in finance at Stern, and then also got my MBA from Harvard Business School. But now I'm raising my family. My wife and I have a small 5-year-old son who we are loved and so blessed to have. But again, we're very concerned about the direction of our country. Those issues about inflation, which is hurting the middle class and making it hard for people to make ends meet, immigration, wide open southern border. I was just down there in Arizona 2 weeks ago to see the chaos that's being brought into our country with a wide open southern border. Me as a state representative, I've made a lot of changes. I've eliminated taxes, expanded e-verify in the state. So I've worked on many of these issues, but there's only so much you can do. And you see that you have to step up to the federal level if you want to make real change on these big issues.
All right, I've got a couple of constituents who are friends of mine, Molly and Mike Lieberman, are Lehigh Valley people, and I know they will vote for you, and they're smart people. And I know that NYU HBS may not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it means you're ready to help. I hope they put you on banking and finance, as a matter of fact, because we need some smart Republicans doing that sort of thing. Closing kick. Let's repeat the website so people can find out about you and help you out, because that's a lot of money in that district to run a week of campaign ads.
You got it. So they can visit mackenzieforcongress.com, mackenzieforcongress.com. There's a lot more information about me, all the positions, what I stand for, and we would love to have their support. This is one of probably only 20 seats in the entire country that will determine the balance of power in the House of Representatives. And if we want to make sure that we have a lineup with a president, a Senate, and a House actually able to pass legislation to help the American people, it starts in places right here like the Lehigh Valley.
Reconciliation is where it begins, and we will not be able to use reconciliation with President Trump and a Republican majority in the Senate unless people like Ryan Mackenzie win. MackenzieForCongress.com.